All right, everybody. So today I'm going to be going over the tape reading chart. The idea is, if you take a look at what Wyckoff's work, he used the tape reading chart along with the wave chart. So, when he discussed it, there was a lot of things that he looked for. But I'm going to keep it really simple and focus on accumulation and distribution. This is also called accumulation and distribution chart. I believe it's called both tape reading chart and accumulation and distribution chart. Why? Because it's good at showing this. And there's a lot you can do with this, but there's one primary behavior that it's focused on, and that's this. All right. So the way I'm going to look at it is you combine it with the wave chart. So it's the tape reading chart plus the wave chart. So wave chart is just what I have on the right hand side. It's the volume, wave volume. And 2, we look for accumulation and distribution, supporting rallies on the wave chart. Meaning on the tape reading chart, we're looking for accumulation and distribution. And on the wave chart, we're looking for rally. All right. So how do we detect accumulation or distribution? Well, we won't really know until after the rally. So at first, it will just look like a high volume brick, a high volume box with high volume in it. After that, we want to see what happens on the wave chart. Is there a rally? That's the key question. When there is high volume, is there a rally? That's how you're going to combine these two. All right, and I'm going to show some examples. Okay. So that doesn't mean every box is high volume or is accumulation and distribution. But when we see this together, that's a different story. Okay? All right. So these are the two things. Now, on the tape reading chart, I'm highlighting the boxes with high volume. So if it's in a white box, and it has a number in it, that means that the volume is high. Okay? So these white outlines that are highlighted in white have identified high volume activity. Okay? So what do we look for after that? Like after this 20, we look for this ease of movement bar. And on the wave chart, we look for a rally. It could be an up rally. It could be a down rally. The idea is when you have high volume, what does that mean? That means supply has met demand. Right? That means they've met each other. And one side has overtaken the other, leading to a rally. So in this case, where you have a 20, supply met demand, and there was so much demand that it overtook supply and caused prices to rise. In this case, where you have 21, supply met demand, and there was so much supply that it caused price to go down. In this case, where the 20, there was so much demand that caused price to rally. In this case, there was so much supply that it caused price to go down. So you'll see how I use this. So this is one very straightforward way of using it, where you combine high volume supply or demand boxes, right, with what? With ease of movement, big bars, rally bars, big bars. So volume with price. And why? Because this behavior is discernible. It means there's so much supply that it caused a rally. So you can see the cause and effect. Supply is the cause, the down red bar rally is the effect. Okay? So that it makes it straightforward and less speculative and less subjective. That's the right word. All right. So we're going to take a look at gold. E-mini. Right up here. And you see that there's a rally. That's a change of behavior. Now, what do you want to see here? Yes, it's a breakdown. You have BO here, breaking this area, breaking that area. But remember that before you have any type of markdown or breakdown, you want to see if there's supply or distribution in the background. So how do we know? Can we check and can we quantify? So a lot of folks will just take a look at the pattern and say yes. But can we take it a step further and say, yeah, definitely because of X, Y, and Z, and it is quantified. We can give a number to it. So we have this rally change of behavior down, and when we backtrack and see what happened, we see that when we get to this area, this high, right? Look at what happened at the tape reading chart. We have high volume there. That is distribution. You don't know it's distribution until this. Why? Because the high volume could not hold. It could not hold. When you have high volume that cannot hold and you have breakdowns after it, it is one indicator of distribution. It is a very clear indicator of distribution, and vice versa. When you have accumulation, you'll see a lot of times there's volume build up at the lows and it cannot hold the down move and price goes in the other direction instead. That is an indicator that there was accumulation. So, over here they were selling into the highs. As price was going up, they sold it. And one more high, sold it, and it finally broke down. Then when it came up, what did they do? They sold it again. When it came here, there was some buying activity to bring it up, and these guys sold it off again. All right? So now let's take a look at some another one, right? This is another rally or change of behavior that changed trend for pretty big move. What you want to do is take a look at where it's coming from. If price goes up, it's because lower prices have been accumulated, meaning all the buying at lower prices has been done and there's nothing to sell. That's why price is going higher. So can you show me evidence that all of this is buying? All of this has been bought up? Can you show me that here when price went up, it went up because all of this was bought? Price went up here and here because this area was bought. Meaning there's nothing there. It was all bought up. Demand bought up all the supply. I want to see that all of this was purchased. Because it would mean that prices are rising for a reason. Because there's nothing to sell there. Because it was all bought. So show me that. Now we go to the tape reading chart and we see it's right here. Whatever was here was bought. It was all bought. Whatever's, they wanted to sell was all bought, and that's why price went up. It rallied. Similarly, whatever they wanted to sell up here was sold. And it was all sold, and that's why price went down. Right? So whatever was available here was sold into. Sold. Nothing left to buy because everything was sold. Break it. And when they brought it back, sell some more till you break it. When it finally got here, buy all of this up, price rises. Went up, down, reaccumulation, right here, leading to increase in prices, this big bar. Reaccumulate here, bang. So I'm interested, like right here, for example, this is what I'm interested in. All right. I want to see everything bought on the pullback. Everything bought on the pullback, everything bought in one direction, and a reversal. Strong reversal. Big green bar. Because it means the demand is so strong that price just goes up. Because they purchase everything. Right? And this was end of day. Alright? Now, this is one key behavior of accumulation and distribution. Right? Others are obviously the breakout and the breakdown, where it has high volume, for example. You have this area right here and it's breaking through these highs, so it's going to have high volume. Right? But is that the same as accumulation distribution? No. This is the accumulation at the pullback, low prices, followed by the thrust, proving that this is accumulation. To me, in my head, if you have high volume here, can't hold and breaks out to the upside, it means all prices were bought. That's why it created the green bar. So this caused this green bar, all purchased. Right? So, and you can compare it with a wave chart right here. This right here. You see this? This here is this volume. And it created a rally. Created a big green bar. Created a rally. So this is that minor accumulation, and then price goes up. So this is the important point. Now I want to make sure I address this other point. I don't know where this comes from, but it's not classical Wyckoff. I don't know where it came from, but the idea that accumulation must be in a big long range. That you need a big range. You need a big range. That's just not true. You can just have a big range with very little accumulation in it. There's no evidence. So the idea of just having a big box and that's your accumulation, and a big box and that's your distribution. The box is a big accumulation, big distribution. It's an oversimplification, because traders could just be like trading from the support to resistance area. There's no evidence that they're loading the boat, that they're loading up. Right? What is evidence is when price is going down, high volume, and it cannot follow through, and instead it reverses in the opposite direction. That means someone was holding the bag, and others were selling into it and kept on buying. Right? Here, all this volume, cannot follow through and goes the other way sharply. That's distribution. Here, all this volume cannot follow through and instead goes in the opposite direction sharply with a rally. That's tells me this accumulation. All right, folks. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye.